So I've got Isaac lined up here in his back squat position, and there's really, when an athlete sets up, there's 3 points that I look for. First one is where they set their feet up. It's inevitable that sometimes they're slightly rotated out on one side, or they've got one foot doing something different to the other, or it's just a little bit too straight and stuff. So Isaac has a sort of preference to be slightly turned out on one, and I always like to correct to make sure that they're both exactly the same. So in my coaching, I'm very happy that if he turns one out, that he turns the opposite one out to the same distance. I don't want to see them being the same. So on this, I like to use this shin line going all the way through here, just looking up that alignment that looks the same on both sides. When we've got that, the other thing is about how he handled himself with the bar, that this line here is the one that we're going to drop down in between his feet when he actually goes down to squat. So I also use this as a reference point that does look like it's in the middle of his 2 feet. The other one that we mentioned earlier on was just about his elbow position, and you will notice when his elbows are in a really good position, it sits somewhere just between the red lines. When he gets his elbows a little bit high, you just notice that the elbows pop outside of the red lines there. So for me, when I'm looking on from a front-on position, I like to get the symmetry correct from the feet coming up, using the midline. Once he's set up and he's ready to go, just knock out 2 reps for me. The other point that you'll also notice when he's lifting really well, you'll notice that these red lines will not close themselves too much into the legs. We want to keep that chest nice and upright. So keep the chest a little bit more upright as you drop down. Off we go. Beautiful. So you can now clearly see the 2 red lines a little bit more. He's working a bit harder on keeping that torso upright. Good. Over the top.